Thanks for checking out Guardians of the Green Beret. Today we present James Davison. He was sent to us by somebody that saw a video of him claiming to be an airborne ranger, Green Beret, sniper. It turns out he never served in the military, according to NPRC. We have a screenshot of him claiming Special Forces A Company, 7th Group, 173rd Airborne Combat Brigade, 503rd Regiment at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Holy cow. But the best is just to hear it in his own voice, and we will share screenshots during the video.
Mr. Davison joined the Army at the age of 17. His father signed the papers for him to enter the Army on his birthday, September 12, 1977, and he left for basic and AIT training on October 16, 1977. Mr. Davison started out his military service with an MOS of the 11th Bravo Airborne and went through junk school and ranger school at Fort Benning, Georgia. Mr. Davison received his first attachment and was assigned to Fort Benning as his first permanent duty station. He was a ranger for 14 months before he returned to training and went through Special Forces Assessment and Selection. For Special Forces Preparation and Conditioning, 3 weeks and 4 days of training, after which he entered the next phase, Special Forces Assessment and Selection, which was for 19 days. After he finished that phase, he entered Course Orientation History Phase 1, 7 weeks. Then Mr. Davison entered Language and Culture Phase 2, 18 weeks. After which Mr. Davison went into Small Unit and Tactics and SEER, Survival, Evasion, Resistance, Escape, Phase 3, 13 weeks. Then Mr. Davison entered MOS Training, Military Occupational Specialty with the 18th Bravo, which is a Weapons Sergeant Sniper School, for 16 weeks. Then he went into Robin Sage, Phase 5, 4 weeks. At which that time, Mr. Davison completed his training and went through the last phase, Graduation, Phase 6, lasting 1 week. Then Mr. Davison was assigned to Fort Bragg, North Carolina as his second permanent duty station. Since his military service, he has become one of the top martial artists in the country. Mr. Davison has been inducted into the United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame and has been in several movies and one TV show, Walker, Texas Ranger. Could we please give Mr. Davison a warm welcome?
Quick side note, back in '78 when he claims to have gone through, there was only 3 phases. I think he probably tried to do some research on the internet and he still screwed it all up.
I'd like to just start out by saying thank you for having me here today. This is a great honor. You know, I've been in some precarious places. I've seen some action and even been shot at. But I gotta say, standing before you has got to be the scariest moment of my life. I was Special Forces. I started out my Special Forces training in the 1st and the 75th Rangers at Fort Benning, Georgia. Then, after I was a ranger for 14 months, I went on because ranger school just wasn't hard enough. Though it wasn't trying enough, you know. So I had to try something harder. Well, Special Forces proved to be harder. After my 3 weeks and 4 days in preparation for what I thought was going to be Special Forces school, it didn't even touch the iceberg. It didn't even chip it. Special Forces school, the first 19 days, I thought they was going to kill me. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life. The first 24 hours almost broke me. The first 24 hours in the pit was one of the hardest things I had ever encountered, and preparation for it was like kindergarten. After I graduated, that was one of the most precious moments of my life, when they put them silver wings and that beret on my head and my mom and dad was there to watch it. As the video said, I wrote a check, a blank check, and I was willing to give everything I had, up to and including my life, not only for my country, but for the youth of this country. And I'd like to start out my speech by reading the U.S. Army Soldier Creed.
The next few minutes he spends reading the Soldier's Creed, which he was not one, according to NPRC. You can see a much better picture of the results that show in the upper right corner on our website at guardiansofthegreenberet.com.
organization, and I will do all I can to make it the finest unit in the Army. I will be loyal to those under whom I serve. I will do my full part to carry out orders and instructions given to me by my unit.
He finishes reading this with a few pauses for effect and then goes into the oath of enlistment, but does not include the Ranger Creed or the Special Forces Creed. He should have Googled those to make his fake speech better. We do think he spent a day or two in the Army, as these ears look like his, and this looks like a basic training picture. Yet NPRC has zero record of him, and these are absolutely not Ranger School pictures, as you would not see that type rank in Ranger School.
Oath, even though I am no longer in the military, still stands true today. I will still, to this day, defend you in this nation, in my flag, with my life.
The video keeps going on, and we'll save you the pain from listening to him, but we can continue to point out some of his lies. Here you see his military unit claim, which seems to be all one unit, as he uses no commas or separations such as and or also. Special Forces 8 Company 7th Group 173 ABCB 503rd Regiment at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We assume 173 ABCB is 173rd Airborne out of Italy. Never seen it written like that. However, the 173rd stood down in 1972 and was reactivated in 2000. He claims his fake military service from 77 until 89, so this unit was not even active during the years he pretends to have been in the service. Here it looks like he must have done a little research, as he's getting a little bit closer to being correct, yet 18 Bravo was not a MOS for over half of the time he claims to have been active duty, and it still looks like it reads one unit as opposed to two. Here you see him as a civilian in 1982. We have found another picture of him where he claims to be in Mexico in 1982 also as a civilian. The only issue with that, if you go to our website, guardiansofthegreenberet.com, you could see screenshots of him claiming to have been in Grenada and also the Marine barracks bombing in Lebanon, which both events happened within days of each other in 1983. So he must be a time-traveling teleporter. Here's some random pictures we've snagged of him wearing his fake swag. If you look at his tattoo, what looks to be the top line reads Special Forces. Then the second one seems to be Airborne. Then the bottom one seems to be First Ranger something, and then a Special Forces shoulder sleeve insignia, or should we say part of one, as he does not have the Airborne tab on top of the arrowhead patch. Those are always together. Here's what looks like a leather cut he made himself, and then a poster or pamphlet that I don't think any SF guy would ever share as his own. We'll end this video with a picture of him receiving the award for his heroic service to our country, or should we say fake service to this country, given to him by the local high school in his area. Don't forget to go to guardiansofthegreenberet.com and scroll down to this article, and you could see many more pictures and screenshots of his lies.